This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Satyavani, and I'm here along with my partner, Prajna Madhavi. And we want to welcome you to the Trainerize app, our branded app. This app has two beautiful functions that we want to share with you to get your health moving in a woman warrior direction.
So the first component is the fitness workout side, which is fabulous. With this app, trainers can give you a personalized experience based on your fitness goals, our dosha assessment, and fitness level. The app has phenomenal access to videos for each exercise so that there is very little confusion. There's also messaging capabilities so that trainers can continually keep in contact with you as you move further into your fitness journey.
The second component is the nutrition piece, because you cannot out-train a bad diet. After the initial assessment is taken, trainers can align your doshic diet to your specific exercise regimen, which means that eating more of what you need and less of what you don't. The recipes are then posted in the app where you can choose meals based on time, ingredients, and taste. And you can always refresh the menu if needed because you prefer something different.
So with these two components, along with our Ayurvedic assessment, we'll give you a unique and individualized experience that you most likely cannot find anywhere else.
I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. By using our personalized app, you'll gain knowledge of what your body needs and be on the road to becoming your best and brightest self. Welcome to our app. Jai Bhagwan, everybody, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and
I am your co-host, Prajna Madhavi, everyone's favorite co-host on this show because I'm the only one.
But you are still...
I'm special.
We are going to say that you are America's favorite co-host. I'm starting that one today.
There we go.
That is it. We are so excited, as always, to be here at SB Studios in Great Boise, Idaho with our peeps, and to also have you as part of our show. So thank you for joining us today, ladies and men who are super intelligent and want to listen to this podcast. Mm-hmm. Today, we are continuing our journey with the Yamas and the Niyamas, but we are specifically talking about Brahmacharya. So last time on our podcast, we kind of set the stage of what Brahmacharya is, this whole idea of mastering our senses. In its traditional sense, it is celibacy, but we're really talking about in the householder life that it is really related to really mastering our senses and not overindulgence and moderation and awareness and all of those good things. And today we are going to give some ways in which, because we always like to give setting the stage, and then we like to give remedies or tips on how to practice. So we're going to do that, but we are also going to have a discussion about this relationship of Brahmacharya to GLP Ones. And that is important for us right now because it is kind of running rampant. And running rampant when things like that happen, I think it's important that we take a pause and discuss it, but also discuss it in light of the Vedic sciences, because that's our area of expertise. Mm-hmm. So people can get a different perspective before they jump on the bandwagon or do whatever moves it is that they're going to do as a result related to this. So any other thoughts on that before we jump into all the other things?
I do want to be very clear that we do mention that GLP Ones, we're really only talking about when they are misused, which I think there are cases, sadly many cases today, where they're being misused. There is a place for, I think, GLP-1. There is a place for them, but we're mainly talking about, and that's the whole thing about moderation. In moderation, GLP-1s are a helpful thing, synthetic GLP-1s. in the way they are being used by everyone in almost every, situation, that's where we want to slow things down.
Yes.
Like slow your roll.
I like that.
Let's have a little more awareness about what we're doing
Yep.
and what the consequences are.
I think that is the value point that we bring here. What are the implications of using them? Go into it with knowledge, because I don't think that folks are getting the broad spectrum knowledge it is that they need to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate you saying that there is a place, in my opinion, from a
It's very small.
Ayurvedic medical perspective. I think that there's a place as it relates to it being appropriately monitored.
Yes.
And
Which it is also not being appropriately monitored in
Yes.
many cases.
in many cases, with a medical professional, and also for people to be reflective through the process rather than, I've got to get into this wedding dress in 6 weeks, and so therefore I'm just going to do this
Yeah.
as a quick fix. That is a recipe for disaster. So, but we will push on.
Yeah.
And we will start talking about this as it relates to the relationship to the senses and things in moderation. So let's start with some announcements.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty small today. So when we have, this topic today with GLP ones really does fit with Brahmacharya. And we also want to talk about the reason why this is a big topic for us is we also created a GLP One program that we have on our website. So
An Ayurvedic GLP
an Ayurvedic GLP One, because as we will talk about, GLP ones naturally occur in your body. So the reason why you don't have them, let's look at that first versus just give me some more. So our GLP One program, we have 3 different categories or 3 different levels. We have people who need to lose over 100 pounds. We have people who need to lose between 50 and 100, and then probably somewhere between 20 to 30, 20 to 50. So kind of that
below
range.
50.
Yeah. So, and that's something we need to talk about today too, is if you just need to lose, 5 pounds, come on, let's find another way.
Yeah. Let's do a little better.
Yeah. So we have that program in place. It is going to take more time. And that is a good thing. That is not a bad thing. And that is something too, that Brahmacharya, things that, let's not want the result right now. Let's figure out, this is I didn't get this way overnight. This is going to take time for me to unfold this and allow that to happen naturally. Anyway, that's something we're going to talk about later too. But we have the program. We have supplements that are in there, Ayurvedic supplements, and then also a couple of others. We have breath work. We have meditation. All of those pieces that go along with our 5 koshic self. We've got the physical, we've got the mental, emotional, the energetic, the intuition, and the spiritual. So all of those things, getting those right, will then help you get on a road to where you may not have to deal with this ever again. Like, let's get you on a good path where you don't feel like you need a quick fix.
It's interesting that I like what you just said with, so you don't have to deal with this again.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually just talking to a client before I came over here, and she was talking about she's worried about her daughter, who says that she has tried everything and is just exhausted by trying everything. And I get that. Mm-hmm. I totally get that. So I think that is an important population to recognize.
Yeah.
That I have tried everything. I've tried the diet. I've tried the exercise. I've tried the detox teas, the juicing, whatever. Like, there's so much on the spectrum. And I think that what makes this GLP-1 program, this Ayurvedic GLP-1 program that we're doing, very unique is that it goes back to basics to reset, to recover, and to then move you forward. Yeah. And I think that is an important part of the process. Anything in life that requires us to take a step back, to pause, reset, recalibrate, and then move forward is an important part of the process. And actually you get longevity out of that. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. We are creatures of let's just add more on instead of, no, let's kind of clean the slate. Let's take things off, figure out, it's not just adding more all the time. Right. It's really kind of maybe taking some things away and again, coming back to the basics.
Because more isn't better. It's just more.
Someone wise said that to me
Long time ago. That every once in a while I got to take my own advice.
Young grasshopper. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
working on it.
Yeah.
Work in
Just because
progress.
I teach this doesn't mean I know how to do it. Right.
True.
I actually had that with
work in progress and in the flow.
I had that with a client today too. I'm like, I had to stop buying the goddamn chocolate chips and the sunflower
sad
butter.
for you on that,
It's
though.
kind of sad.
It is. I feel like
really
there's been a
crave
little bit
it.
of a death.
Like I've really been working hard this week. I really want my sunflower, my chocolate chips. But I'm seeing the results that I want. So
That quickly.
pretty fast. It doesn't take long when you're eating
I know.
6 handfuls of chocolate chips a day. Like those calories add up pretty quick.
How much in the bag we will, when we get to the wellness check-in, this will make sense, people, I promise. But like, how is it, does it go by the quarter cup? Is that the measuring serving size in the chocolate chip?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you have any idea? Like,
When I tracked it was like probably over 200 calories at a sitting
okay.
for chocolate chips.
That's not too bad. I mean, like I don't know.
That was one sitting. That was
home,
one sitting that I calculated, right? So then I'm doing like the handful when I'm in the kitchen. Oh, I'll just do a handful of chocolate chips.
But is it a quarter cup handful or is it like an eighth of a cup
like
handful?
Probably an eighth.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going too crazy, but still, it does make a difference.
It absolutely
When you're
does.
trying
and
to
you're so good.
Prep for a deca strong. It's like you got to do the things.
Got to do the thing.
So that's our next thing. We are doing a deca strong. The fabulous Grayson is allowing us to race on May 17th. So we don't really know what time yet, but if you guys have some free time, you want to check out
Hanging out on a Sunday.
a DECA event, you want to see some athletic people just doing some stuff, come on down to the Epoch Center. Yeah. And then Trainerize. So our GLP One program is attached to Trainerize. We are getting some decent feedback with the Trainerize app.
Yep.
We are, through our Ayurvedic Woman program, we're having them on Trainerize and getting their stats and just really kind of figuring out how it all works and getting their feedback as well. And we are going to do some trial runs with the GLP One program as well.
Yes.
So we do have some women currently as test pilots for that program. So.
Yep. And if you are interested in being a tester on it, then let us know. Email us at info@thewomanwarrioracademy.com and say, hey, I'd like to test. We want to, maybe get a half a dozen people on there just to try it out and see what their thoughts are and also get some feedback.
Yeah.
So if that's something that piques your interest, let us know.
Yeah. Is there going to be a cost associated with that, or is that a testing?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Smaller.
Stay tuned. Yeah, but I think smaller population and for a smaller period of time. People who actually will dedicate themselves to doing the program.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Each level does also have its own time frame as well.
Yes.
Like if you feel like you need to lose over 100 pounds, it's going to take you longer than say 6 months.
Right. It'll be a year, 100 plus pounds, between 50 and 100. We've got it mapped out for 9 months and then less than 50 pounds, 6 months.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that like you get voted off the island after that, but just that gives you a good jump start with where it is that you want to be.
It does. Okay. That's all I've got.
All right. Love it. Wellness check-in.
Wellness check-in.
Let's talk about your chocolate chips.
How well are we?
How well are you?
I'm pretty well. So I was talking about the chocolate chips. So I have changed up my diet a little bit. I was just talking to a client today that was mentioning that maybe getting some more food in her diet might help build muscle and some bone density.
Oh, back up.
More food.
Person needs more food in their diet?
Yeah.
Did I miss something on this?
She's not eating enough calories.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Caloric issue.
Intake. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
She just needs more food. So,
you people who who do the
I know.
caloric, I don't eat count. Like, oh God.
I know.
I love y'all.
So I was telling her the story about me changing up my diet and adding in more healthy fats. So avocado, definitely more of that, some different types of nuts, pistachios, things like that, which I have to be careful with because they can be drying. But getting rid of my coveted and daily chocolate chip and sunflower butter dessert with a little yogurt and some sea salt, which is fabulous, by the way.
I'm going to have that tonight.
Fine.
Teasing. I don't even have any of that stuff in my house. I'll be honest with you.
Cutting that out because one, I was finding I was spending a lot of money on the chocolate chips are not cheap, by the way.
They're super expensive.
Yeah. And the sunflower butter is not much better if you want good stuff.
Right. Now, Trader Joe's, which I know you hate going to Trader Joe's.
But I like Trader Joe's.
I know. Their sunflower butter is a reasonable price, but you can literally spend like $12 on a friggin' jar of sunflower butter. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then another like $11 on some chocolate chips. I'm like, okay. So financially, this is not serving me.
Like, this is $100 a month.
Yeah. So, and if I want to cut and, just a little bit, like lean out, it's not serving me either. That's a lot of fat, some sugar that I probably don't really need. And I was like, okay, the only way I'm going to be able to do this, because I clearly can't control myself, because every time I go in the kitchen, which is only about 5 feet away from my living room, I would grab a handful of chocolate chips.
So nice.
Not every time, but, and I was like, you know what? I just got to get rid of them and just get them out. And I have seen some benefits. I'm feeling, when I work out, I'm a little bit more energy, a little bit leaner, just feel healthier. Like I'm eating more nutritive food. The avocados are great. I'm just reigniting my love for avocados. And, right now my knee is actually feeling really good. I'm going to knock on wood there. A couple days of yoga, but then that laser that I've been getting at the chiropractor, I think is just
love it.
Really healing that thing. It's really helping it heal well. And my shoulder is feeling a couple of days of yoga. My shoulder is loosening up, which just gives me information that it's just lack of movement in that shoulder. I'm not moving it in the right ways. And then go and try and lift a bunch of heavy weights on top of that.
Or lifting it or using it in repetitive ways. That it's not getting the counter motion.
Yes. Yeah. It's not getting the opening in that shoulder joint for it to move properly. So that's been really nice. Now being in the super hot heat, I now have that winter rash that's back. So it's time to move to Mexico again. But it's the counter. There's always something.
I see a rash.
It's on my belly.
It's
I
low
get
back.
it right in
right
the belly.
in the pitta zone.
Right in that pitta zone. So coconut oil, make sure lotion that up really well. And then, so then energetically, this time of year, I always feel a little bit tired, but I feel like I'm making it through. I feel pretty darn good. Like we've got some really great things on the horizon, and that's keeping my energy pretty high. Mentally, emotionally, I am not walking around my house thinking that I'm going to lose all my clients. So that's good. I am thinking just keep moving forward. And with every client I maybe lose, that opens up a door for someone else to come in and just continue to be visible and not get caught up in the emotion of it and just keep trucking, just keep moving forward.
Love it.
Intuitively, I think that's what's kind of creating that ability is just, I've kind of put in my mind, in my intuition that it's okay. Just keep listening to your intuition and where you feel is the right space to be. And spiritually, this time of year, I get to be out in nature more. So that definitely helps, whether it be whacking weeds or planting flowers.
Have you planted yet?
I've planted all the cold plants.
Okay.
My potatoes are actually coming up already.
Really?
They've gotten a little frostbite, but
okay.
Potatoes are coming up. My arugula and my radishes are coming up.
I can't wait for the arugula.
Yeah, they kind of paused with this colder weather. They're kind of like, we're going to wait for it to warm up a little bit. I don't see a whole lot of lettuce yet. I see like lettuce seed from last year that's popping up. I don't see anything that I planted. I planted peas, carrots. Those don't show up till a little later. So yeah.
It's supposed to be
early
warmer at
stuff.
the end of the week too.
Yeah. So that's hopefully when stuff will start to pop up. But yeah, the warmer stuff, like, I don't know, marigolds and nasturtiums, like they need 60 degree temperature in the soil. So it's not quite time for them yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. Otherwise they're going to wilt. So
Go low.
yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it
Awesome.
for me. How about you?
Great.
Okay.
Great.
How's the butt?
My butt is good.
2 days of yoga.
Yeah, it really,
Or 1 day
really
yoga.
helped. So no, it was, I took downtime because I went to go visit mom and in San Diego, and the climate there immediately has an impact. God, if that climate existed here, it would be like the perfect life.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that physically, I feel good, and taking rest time. I always learn this when I take rest time.
Yeah.
That when I come back, I feel a whole lot better. Like we had our partner session the other day, and I felt great.
Yeah.
And I think the two of us were just on it. Like transitions were good. We were, it felt very strong. So I am committing this week. I'm just going to go week to week. I'm committing this week to lifting, but also doing some more yoga and downtime versus lifting and doing our hybrid training nonstop. Just really doing that. After our training session the other day, I got a small little tweak back with that soft tissue injury. But then we went to yoga yesterday and I feel great today.
Yeah.
So do not underestimate the healing power of yogic asana.
Yeah.
It really is spiritual medicine. And that's always the beauty when I get back to the mat and I do that. That whole practice just changes everything. Physically, energetically, I feel more uplifted, more hopeful. Mentally, emotionally, it just clears out any debris. It's literally like spring cleaning. And especially, I know not everybody does hot yoga, but
The hot is nice.
But the heat just, God, it just detoxifies stuff. And as a pitta, I have to be very careful, with that. But like 8 o'clock in the morning is perfect timing to go. I could even probably do it at 10, there's a little
On a
bit
cool
of
spring morning?
Right. On a cool
good
spring
time.
morning. Absolutely. So that was great. And then, that going into like intuition, that there's something about the whole yogic process. And this is why I will live and die by the Vedic sciences. There's just something that just realigns everything. And it gets me back in touch with my intuitive self and that everything's going to be okay. We're constantly living in this whirling dervish of stuff all the time. And anytime things get really intense, that's why on Saturday I was like, why don't we just go to yoga tomorrow? That was it's a
Twist
reset.
my arm. Okay.
Okay, fine, I'll go. It's a reset. It's just a reset on all koshic levels. And that's what makes the Vedic sciences so amazing, because when you pair the medical science of Ayurveda and then you have the karmic and spiritual practice of yoga, those things coming together just make everything magical.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I know I called you was it 5:45 this morning? Let's go. I was so fired up. You were like, I'm kind of,
Oh, boy.
I'm up. I know. I'm a lot.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. I'm just I'm cranked and no caffeine required. I'm
Nope.
ready to go.
Nope.
But it was funny because I was laughing to myself in the car today when you said that, while I was away, you're just sort of okay, I'll go in my garden, etc. And I'm just you do need a break from me, because when I come back, it's usually let's go.
I did. I was I felt so stagnant when she's away. And then I have this thought of intuition, no, you got to get all your shit done, around the house, because when she gets back, she's going to be let's go. So I was like, okay, this is how you utilize that time
And
properly.
you did. And you maximized it, and it's great. And
The yard grows back and all the weeds grow back. So I got to do it again.
Right. But
still.
you made a lot of headway.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it up. It's continual work.
Always
there.
is. So yeah, things are great.
Awesome.
We're doing the things. So folks, let's talk about methods to practice brahmacharya. What are some things that we can do that will institute in our lives a little bit more moderation, a little bit more awareness, a little bit more balance? I think that when we go into one extreme or another and we don't have that balance point, or at least periods of time to reflect on how do I get back into balance. When we don't have that, that's when things really do go sideways. Yeah. And so
Rajas and Tamas, right?
opposite
Rajas and
ends,
Tamas.
right? And so we're looking for that sattvic point, that peaceful, balanced point, knowing that it's like a teeter-totter. You know, there's going to be Rajas is going to go up, so we've got all of this energy and shift and change and intensity, and then knowing that, you know, Tamas, that kind of ignorance, slow, sluggish, inward kind of perspective is going to happen. And those things are okay. That middle point for that sattvic place is always, we're always trying to figure out how do we just get both sides of that teeter-totter balanced. And I think that these practices that you did phenomenal research on,
Thanks.
should give us some ideas. So let's do it. Let's talk about, because these are also pretty koshic in perspective. They kind of touch on all the koshas, not necessarily in order, but they do talk about those. So go. First one.
So the first one would touch on your mental, emotional. So this would be mind control. Because again, the mind has so much power over what we do. We are in our head way too much. And so this is something to think about. So training the mind, channeling thoughts towards constructive things, useful activities, instead of fruitless distractions. Now, we'll use the example of while Satyavani was in California, I kind of went to the two extremes. I was like, okay, she's not here. I have all my stuff done, so I'm going to sit down and watch this show. And by like episode 2, I was like, okay, I really should be doing something else. So that would be a fruitless distraction, right?
Is this American Gladiators?
Maybe.
Which I'm going to interject.
Yeah.
It's not the best made show.
No, it is not.
No, like when I
Back when it was in the 80s?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Totally different story. But now,
Now, the 2008 one, the first season was not too bad. The second season got dumb.
got dumb.
Yeah.
It like
Got real dumb.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
But then they have the very recent one that they're doing now.
Right. Is that on?
Yeah.
Are you watching it?
Maybe.
Yeah, of course she is. I just outed her.
Spiegel.
I know. Danny
Yeah.
Spiegel's in it, and I do want to see
They
that.
also have like a 6'1" volleyball player, past volleyball player.
Okay.
That she's big.
Big
She's
girl.
a big girl.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 foot, 185.
Ooh,
Like,
she's
I would-
kicking all sorts of
I would
ass.
not
Freaking
want to mess with her.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's big.
Okay.
Anyway, so then I went to the, useful activity, constructive, like do the things outside, get the things done that you know you can control. And because you have the things you need to work on, you have your clients, you have your outdoor yard stuff, and then you have kind of this gray area that, you know, Satyavani is usually kind of the initiator of all of that. So I was like, okay, well, what are the two things?
I get to fill in the gray area.
Yeah. So, so that was the mind control. And I kind of went back and, you know, I went through that whole teeter-totter of Tamas and Rajas of, you know, being very active. And then, so I was trying to kind of meet in the middle. So but that takes training to do. Like otherwise I would have just sat on the couch and watched whatever
American Gladiator.
for a long time. Yeah.
Well, you know what I think is really important about this first bullet regarding training the mind and channeling your thoughts is your attention has value. And it has so much value that it actually shapes how society is. The reason why there are billionaires, a lot of billionaires, especially in the tech world, is because they have co-opted people's attention.
Yeah.
So you have to look at your attention, this Manamaya kosha, this mental emotional space, as a resource and an asset. How are you going to use that resource, and how are you going to capitalize on it as an asset? So, yeah.
Yeah.
And Brahmacharya teaches us that when we can do things in moderation, when we can balance the rajas and the tamas and get to that balance point being constructive. Because look, we all need downtime too. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, you know, you're going to turn into a werewolf by scrolling Instagram or TikTok or whatever.
Oh no.
But you know, just like we were talking about with the great Christy Williams, like 15 minutes can become 2 hours in 5 seconds.
And what you are putting your attention to on Instagram is what you end up seeing.
Yes.
So if you put your attention into the negative and the...
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you're going to continue to see. If you put it into positive, like my Instagram looks probably very different
than a lot of people's.
A lot of other people's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's all about health, fitness. Yeah.
Wellness, mindset, all of that stuff. Yep.
Number 2, physical discipline.
Physical discipline. So, great way to practice or implement Brahmacharya from an Annamaya kosha standpoint is maintain physical health with habits in terms of diet and exercise and restraint from indulgence in material pleasures. Practice moderation in your consumption and learn to control desires and cravings.
This one right here. That's why I don't have chocolate chips in my house anymore. Because I read this and I was like, shit.
You want to know when you sent me the outline? Because for the record, we picked the topic and then Praj does the amazing research and then I just throw my 2 cents in because I'm kind of useless on this podcast. But
yeah,
but I do the Ayurvedic piece of it, you know, from the medical standpoint. But when the outline came and I read this, do you know what went in the trash? I'm going to admit that I'm going to out myself right now.
Okay.
One of my guilty pleasures, I actually have 2. I actually have 3. Okay. But they come in waves, friends. So everybody who knows me knows that I eat dark chocolate every day. Okay. I don't even consider that a guilty pleasure. I just think like I'm having it and I don't care. Okay. Now I don't eat a whole, chocolate bar, but I do like dark chocolate, but I do have 2 simultaneous guilty pleasures and I capitalized on them this weekend. And then when this outline came in, I threw them in the trash. Salt and vinegar potato chips.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
And peanut butter stuffed pretzels.
Oh
my God.
Oh, I did not know this.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay. All right. So I'm going to share. You didn't know this?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to share with the public. Probably about 2 years ago, Trader Joe's came out with these peanut butter stuffed pretzels, right? Mm-hmm. And I bought them. I was like, I'm going to give these a try. See what it is. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I said, okay, the only time I'm going to allow myself to eat these is when I go to San Diego to visit my mom, because usually I go there and I do, grocery shopping and cooking and all of that kind of stuff. My time there is service.
Yeah.
And so I pick up a bag, but I didn't do it this past time because my brother had done some advanced grocery shopping, so I didn't have to do it. But I came back because the whole trip I was thinking about those peanut butter pretzels. Okay. So I come back, right? And my husband, Michael, he loves gluten-free, just regular pretzels. Mm-hmm. So he buys a bag like every 2 weeks because he takes a little bit for his lunch to go to work. So they didn't have them at Fred Meyer. So when I was at the Whole Food, I was like, I'll look for the pretzels. And there's a guy who works in the grocery section that he and I chat all the time. He's friggin' hilarious and fantastic. And so I was like, do you carry regular pretzels here? And he's like, yeah. And I said, are they gluten-free? And they happen to be the ones that Michael likes. And right next to those pretzels was one of these other bag of pretzels waving to me. They were like gluten-free and they were in this beautiful little package. I totally got sucked in with my senses into the marketing of it and the whole thing. And I was like, I'll buy this bag, right? Oh, girl. I ate like a quarter of a bag and then this came through and I was like, they got to go in the trash. So they are in the trash can, both that and the salt and vinegar potato chips. But it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Well, it lasted.
It did. So
yeah.
I outed myself on that. So going back to physical health and discipline, diet and exercise. And it's okay to have these things that happen, but the awareness that gets built that you're like, just like the chocolate chips, just like peanut butter pretzels and salt and vinegar potato chips, it's like, yeah, okay, I got to move on.
Yeah.
And throw them out.
And one of our favorite, we see this on Instagram a lot, but one of our favorite, I guess, viewpoints on physical discipline is your body is your calling card. Yes. Like how you look, how you present yourself in the world. And another client and I were actually talking about high school students and how they just be showing up in sweats and Crocs these days. It's just, we're not really teaching them to present themselves in a very good way.
Is that the best you got?
Is that the best you got? So it's, your physical health is, people see it and they may say they're not judging it, but
they are.
But they are.
Yes.
I just hate to say it. They are.
Look, we both have clients who are entrepreneurs. And I have said to my clients over and over again, and I'm not like, this is not a fat shaming thing. I want to see them win. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, you get yourself into great physical shape, you will have more clients.
Yeah. You're going to make more money.
You're going to make more money.
Because you look the part.
That's exactly right.
You look like you know what you're doing.
That's
right. You look like you have your shit together.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And it's an unspoken asset.
You look like you have discipline.
Yes.
With your physical body.
Right. And if you look like that with your physical body, then people make the translation of how you're going to deliver on your work in a professional environment.
Yeah.
So, yep. Love it.
Emotional control.
Go.
So back to the Manamaya, emotional, mental, anger, jealousy, and greed are redirected into compassion, patience, and selflessness. Selflessness. So anger, jealousy, greed. I mean, we kind of talked about this with envy and jealousy, a couple episodes ago. This is where you can really start to just get into a negative mindset.
Yes.
When you start allowing anger to overtake you, that just shows you have little control over your emotions, I would say. If you just, shout out in anger or have jealousy or have greed, it just really shows a lack of control over your emotions.
I love, I absolutely love Bruce Lee and his philosophy, and he was very big on this, on mastering your emotions. And that's one of the components that we are really cultivating from that Vedic perspective in AWP. Because we live in a society that is emotionally driven and irrationality comes from it.
Feeds off of anger and jealousy and greed.
Yep. And if you can master your emotions where you become, shall I say, unfuckwithable.
You shall say that.
I shall say that. If you can, then, that's the thing. People, they're seeking your response to the provocation. And when you have emotional mastery, and sometimes you have to, what's very interesting about this is anger, jealousy, and greed are also very doshically inclined. Yeah. So like anger is a pitta response. Greed is a kapha response, and jealousy is a vata response. Yeah. And so when you look at those from a doshic perspective, like look at where that lands.
Yeah, because there's that anxiety behind jealousy, right?
Of course.
That
yes,
I'm not
good enough.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Right. I should be that.
Yeah, or I want to knock them down so that they're, my level.
Exactly. So, and that applies to all of the, the other doshas as well. Like greed from a kapha perspective is I want to hoard because I want to feel secure and safe, et cetera. And anger, from a pitta standpoint is, transformation, but I'm angry about this because I can't get to where it is that I want to get to. And there's a frustration that gets built as a result.
Yeah. And there's not much better than someone who is drama driven and going to say something to try and get a response out of you so they can get things going and just start that, irritation, start that aggravation, and you just cool as a cucumber or like, okay.
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
You know where this is? Best scene ever in the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Remember when he first comes back and they have that huge press conference?
Yeah.
And it's he and the younger gentleman that he's racing with. And the reporter is asking him all of these questions about, like, what does it feel? You know, the last time you raced, we were all dancing in the Macarena.
You've had like 2 divorces.
Exactly.
Blah,
And you
blah,
went
blah, blah, blah.
bankrupt and blah, 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 blah. And he keeps asking him these questions. And Brad Pitt just sits there like this, like, yeah. And the guy's like, well, do you have any regrets? And he's like, sure. But like gives him nothing. I'm like, I love that scene. And it goes back to, you know, in our spiritual lineage, what Swami Kripalu says, you know, before speaking, decide whether or not it's an improvement upon silence.
Yeah.
That I repeat that phrase on a daily basis. Like, does this require a response? Because silence can kill.
Yeah.
So, and it's a great way to manage your emotional control.
Yeah.
Cultivate self-awareness. Okay, so again, how we practice brahmacharya, how we can implement mastering our senses, cultivating self-awareness, which I think is huge. Pay attention to your thoughts and actions, excuse me, and become aware of when you act out of desire or attachment. That's very, very interesting. I think observation of yourself gives you a deeper understanding of yourself.
Yeah.
And this is a Pitta perspective. I also think that self-awareness is not enough. You have to take action with that self-awareness. Because I think that we went through a phase, especially, you know, post-COVID or during COVID, where it was like, well, I'm aware that I do this, but I'm still doing it anyway.
And
You know, like that's classic pragya aparad, you know,
Yeah.
like I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't do it. Where I think that, yes, cultivating self-awareness, that's the first step. Okay. What are my thoughts? What are my actions? But this piece right here and your actions, there has to be an action tied to the thought and the awareness. Okay. I do not like this about myself. This is a bad habit or whatever. Just like you, like in the simplest form with the chocolate chips.
Yes.
Me with the potato chips and, you know, the peanut butter pretzel.
this was
I'm so
the
sad about that.
This is the second one that I started to look at. I'm like, okay, what is the reason behind the chocolate chips? Like, what am I trying to get out of them?
What are you trying to get out of it?
I think it is a comfort thing.
Yes.
Like it's a comfort. Like, oh, I get to sit down, and it was almost like motivating me to eat in a sense. Like,
Interesting.
I get to eat my lunch, but then I get this dessert at the end.
At the end.
And like, that's some days where you're like, let's go eat. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go home because I know
the chocolate
that I'm
chips
gonna
are
get
there.
the chocolate chips and sunflower butter at the end. Now you know. Only now I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's go eat.
Let's go
'Cause
eat.
I don't have that little special treat waiting for me at home. The little smiley face.
Now I know. It's kind of like when we were on the cruise ship, the Love Boat at the end. Oh, the Love
Such a
Boat
good end of our
dessert.
day.
Just Love Boat me.
Pistachio, like a Jello mousse consistency that was just heaven.
Well, and then
On
they
a graham cracker crust. So good.
the memories back in the day.
Back in the day.
Yeah. And then they made that cherry one.
The red one.
Oh, the red.
Yeah.
Okay. We digress.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was so good.
And then finally, number 5, practicing brahmacharya.
Yeah. Practicing detachment.
Practicing detachment.
Letting go of your attachment to material possessions, relationships, other things that please you. I mean, if they're serving you in some way, that's one thing. If they're just momentary distractions, which I think a lot of people get into relationships to distract themselves from what they just went through or from something else.
Yep.
I think that actually happens a lot. And that's something that I've actually been very careful to not do in my latest situation.
Yes.
Like, I am not going to distract myself and just latch onto something else. I'm going to, and maybe putting my focus into work. Maybe that's another way of distracting, but I feel like my work definitely serves me in what I want to do moving forward too.
Yes.
So there's a definite purpose for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What came to mind, I'm glad you focused on the relationship part, because I actually want to focus on the let go of your attachment to material possessions. I think of this as the Amazon clickbait. Like, you know how you order something and then you're excited for it to come in the mail?
Oh yeah.
You know that, I mean, like
So
we all
much.
are, like, of course, like when, or with anything, like when a brand new pair of Noble shoes show up at my house. But so we do that. But at the same time, it's also, if we are attaching sadness or happiness or joy
Yeah.
to that, if that is the thing that is giving us either joy or sadness
Comfort.
or comfort,
Yeah.
therein lies the problem. So again, we can master our senses and practice this whole idea of Brahmacharya by practicing detachment.
Yeah.
And so, yes, possessions, relationships, and the like.
Yeah. No one else, nothing else can validate you like you can validate yourself, and finding ways that you can validate yourself. That has been a journey that I've been on. And
We all are.
yeah. Because a lot of people, and myself included, look for others for validation. And that's-
Well, we're trained that way.
yeah.
You know, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and different kinds of video regarding the training ground of the school system,
Oh God.
you know, and it's not really there to educate you. It's to train your mind to be somebody that responds to validation from another entity, another person.
Authority.
Authority.
Your
Yep.
Valentine.
Yep.
Your
Your Valentine.
your Christmas. Whoever got you a Christmas gift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your teacher. Your coach.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that we have these examples in society of, you know, the quote greats, that they weren't seeking that. They actually soulfully, from an Atman standpoint, cultivated that with themselves, within themselves. And that grew so big that the other stuff became invisible. You know,
Shakti.
Cultivating that Shakti is, I think, an important part of the process. So.
Yeah.
All right. So how does let's flip the script here, people. How does all of this relate to the use of GLP ones? And this might seem like a stretch for a lot of people. So let's get them there for a second.
Okay.
So my first question to you is to our listeners out there is: are you interested in recompositioning your body, but are receiving so much information about GLP-1s that you're teetering on whether to do it or not do it?
Okay.
That's the first question. As it relates to Brahmacharya, as it relates to this idea of mastering the senses, there is, as you were talking about, an abuse of GLP-1s right now as this quick fix weight loss drug, et cetera, et cetera. And so why don't you read what you put down here as it relates to the synthetic GLP-1? Because I think this is an important thing.
Yeah. So we're just talking about synthetic because again, GLP-1s live inside of they're already inside your body.
Yes.
So synthetic GLP-1s have a specific role in society. However, we have created drugs that mimic what we already produce in the body and is being misused by many. So misused. The concepts above are not fully being followed by those who abuse or misuse the drugs. So in parentheses, I think about, is it a fruitless distraction? Is it because you don't want to do the work and you just want the pounds to fall off naturally? That might not be all of you. Giving in to food noise. I know a lot of people are on these GLP-1s because of, I just want to get rid of the food noise.
Okay. All right.
I know.
Okay. So
I know.
I'm going to say this. Okay. And this is not going to be popular. And again, are you somebody that is interested in recompositioning your body and are listening to all of the rhetoric regarding GLP-1s, don't know what decision to make, I'm here to tell you, do not do it. There is a vocabulary and a language out there that is being manufactured to take you away from your true self and what is ultimately in your best interest for your health.
Yeah.
So this idea of food noise is I'm going to refrain from my F-bomb, is a manufactured idea or concept. Everybody's got food noise. No, they are called natural instincts and sensations in the body that tell you it is time to eat.
Yeah.
Because of overconsumption, because of
Processed
foods.
and how they make the food and make you want more.
Correct. We have lost the ability to recognize our natural metabolic hunger signals.
Yeah. I remember, I think it was Tanner Schuck that says, you don't know you're hungry until you can eat like a piece of steak, a whole steak. If you don't want to eat a whole steak, you're not that hungry. And I think about that sometimes. I'm like, am I really hungry?
Right.
Could I eat a steak right now?
Right. Or am I mentally, emotionally fatigued, sad, riding the wave of emotions because, and I want to fill that with something.
Fruitless distraction. Jealousy of how others look. Okay, so that fits into the jealousy. Am I jealous of how other people look? And so I want to look at that, or I want to look like that. You are bombarded every single, almost second of every day, if you're on Instagram a lot or on social media, bombarded with these celebrities that look a certain way.
That look disgusting. You're not looking good, celebs. You're not looking good.
You're not.
It's actually frightening. You look like soulless creatures from another dimension.
They do.
Ooh, I'm lit today. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
you. Woo! Okay.
It's getting hot here, people.
Yeah. It's not a good look.
No. It pisses me off so much.
Yeah, it does.
It just pisses me off so much because you have these young, and I'm just going to focus in on women. Yes, this happens with men as well. But because we are a female empowerment company, it focuses and targets women at their most friggin' vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It is fucking bullshit. And in the interim, the aftermath of which none of these companies give a shit about is the destruction of their physical, energetic, mental, emotional, intuitive, and spiritual selves. And I am not okay with that.
No.
I'm going to comment. Sorry.
All right. Lack of awareness and the attachment to being skinny, which is, again, attachment to a look, a way of being that is not natural, actually.
No.
And not healthy.
No. Because we're going to get into the medical part of this from an Ayurvedic perspective, but the amount of social media that I have seen, and now I'm probably going to see more because my phone that's in the lobby is probably hearing everything that's coming out of our mouths right now. But the conversation around all of these young girls who are like, this is what I do to stay skinny. And like, they've got these, like, I remember when ephedra was a thing when we were young. Now they've got like these ephedra-like powder drinks that, like, if you want to have your glow up and be super skinny this summer, I just started drinking this. You know, it was like, remember back in the day, like the Crystal Light diet? Yeah. It's back.
And a cigarette.
A line of Coke. Like, anyway.
Kate Moss diet.
Oh my God, the Kate Moss diet.
Yeah.
That poor woman.
Yeah.
I'd love to look
She's probably
her
not
up.
poor.
Right. No. I mean,
in a material sense.
right. But I I would love to look her up and say, like, what do you think now?
Yeah. So the point of that paragraph is, take a look at that. If we're saying misused by many, so misused means if you're using it for those reasons, fruitless distraction, giving into food noise, or afraid of giving into food noise, jealousy of how others look, lack of awareness, attachment to being skinny. That goes back to the mind control, the physical discipline, the emotional control, cultivate self-awareness, practice detachment. You got to look at those things first and stop giving your power away to something outside yourself, which is the synthetic GLP-1. Like, oh, I can't do it myself. Please, something help me so that I can finally control these things, because I somehow can't do it myself.
Well, and the information that is not being shared is that the key piece that you just said about, because I can't control it myself, you're not going to be able to do that for very long anyway.
No.
Because what are you going to do? You're going to stay on it forever and literally wither away into dust.
Yeah.
So eventually you have to come off of it. So part of what the Ayurvedic GLP-1 program is doing, what we have designed, and many other fitness professionals are speaking about this. So this is not like we developed this thing in a vacuum.
No.
We want to get down to the root cause and help you build your power back on all of these levels while achieving your health, fitness, and wellness goals. And that is why this program is different. This is why we are equipped to talk about it, why we can create it, and why we can help people through this program, because this is a full campaign, a full journey that is going to take time.
Yeah.
And it has to take time, because anything worth doing requires time.
Yeah. And this is, also our program is for people who are currently on GLP-1s and trying to give them more information, more tools in their tool belt to deal with the food noise, the slow stomach emptying, the muscle loss, like trying to give them the tools so that when they come off of the drug, if and when they come off the drug, because I do think some people are thinking they're going to be on this for long term, they know what to do.
Yes. And trying to, again, if you are thinking about doing a GLP-1, don't. And we can help you even before that becomes something that you try.
Yeah.
And there's no shaming in people who are on it. We want to give you the tools, as Praj said. And we also, for those of you that are considering it, we want to prevent you from doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah, we are more upset about the societal creation of this as an actual
quote unquote solution.
Solution to the problem. We're more irritated about that than the people who have fallen kind of prey to taking it. Yeah. We're irritated that it even became a thing. I'm
also projecting, not even 10 years down the road. I'm projecting 5 years down the road, the number of class action suits, because that's how we cycle things.
Yeah.
Oh, this is breakthrough. People get on it. All of these side effects, which we are going to share with you, and dangerous medical implications. And then after these people have already been used and abused, then the lawyers step in and say, we're going to have a class action suit about this. Like it's this endless historical cycle that we see all the time. So just don't.
Yeah.
Or let's help you get away from it and build the life it is that you want.
Yeah.
So, what really is the issue? You spoke to it socially. Speak to it socially. What do we feel the real issue is behind GLP-1s from a social perspective?
It's wanting the quick fix. We as a society are always wanting a quick fix outside of ourselves because we are so afraid to do the work inside. It's an inside job, but we are so afraid of doing that with the emotions that it connects to, or just really the examples we have around us of, someone does me harm, I get angry, I, again, seek something out, I blame them, I seek something outside myself. This is yet another example of, I'm not losing the weight. I've tried this and this and this and this. Now here's something that society says is going to work, and I see it work for other people. And again, all these reasons that we talk about, fruitful distraction, jealousy of how others look. And this will take the pressure off me. This will just make it easy. And I want the easy way, finally, because it's not like a lot of people, it's not like they're not putting in the work. They've tried different ways. So I'm not shaming people who are on it and feel like, well, but I've tried all these other ways. Yes. And I think that's why our system is unique, because a lot of times people just focus on the physical layer. And there's so many other things that are in the process versus just the physical. A diet is not going to cut it if you have an emotional samskara, if you have some sort of energetic, attachment from your karmic past.
Or a blockage.
If you have, disconnected from source, which is so many people. Those are all things that play into the physical, and yet we only look at the physical piece. And there's more to it.
You nailed it.
There's more to it than that.
It's such a huge topic. Let's talk medically.
Let's do.
I do, because I'm
going to send that to you because
I got some things I want to share from a medical standpoint. So what's the real issue behind the use of GLP-1s from a medical standpoint? And again, my expertise is in Ayurvedic medicine. So I'm not going to speak to allopathic medicine, although there is a lot of crossover. So some of these terms you will become familiar with because they're part of mainstream culture and things that we hear in allopathic medicine all the time. So I've got 4 major bullets that I want to discuss.
Okay.
Medically, the first and foremost thing, let's talk about gut and metabolism. Okay. So in Ayurveda, our gut metabolism surround around this concept known as Agni, which is our digestive fire. Your baseline metabolic rate when you take a GLP-1 goes down and stays down despite coming off the drug. So even if you come off the drug, you don't bounce back to your baseline metabolic rate.
No.
That's a problem.
Your body has adapted to the caloric intake and your metabolism, how you left it.
That's
with
exactly
the GLP-1.
correct. And your metabolism, like you said, has adapted to this new norm, which is slowing your caloric burn. It changes, literally changes, your hunger signals and reshapes how you store body fat. Even after the drug stops, those things don't change. I'm just going to reinforce that. Okay. And what actually happens is that the drug stops your hunger signals and it becomes actually more intense, but you're still burning less calories.
So your hunger becomes more intense.
Exactly.
But you're burning fewer calories.
Exactly. So how do we accommodate for that?
Yeah.
Okay. The second major thing, so we've got gut metabolism, Agni. The second is our bone and our bone marrow. So in the Ayurveda world, these are 2 of the 7 dhatus, or the 7 layers of tissue, Ashti and Maja.
Yep.
When you lose weight rapidly, your bones lose density. I don't think people really realize that.
No.
When you lose weight rapidly, your bones lose density. And actually, I remember...
Because you're losing that body weight, that the load that you had on your bones is now decreasing so fast.
Yes. That you're not... And it's not to say that, being 100 pounds overweight is a good thing. There's a different implication with that amount of load. But when it comes off that quickly, the bone density isn't there anymore. And so what actually happens is that the outer shell of your bone actually starts to become thin. And we can see this, look at recent pictures of celebs. Their bones look like you could just flick their bone and it would crack.
Yeah.
Like you can literally see that. And this right away leads to early onset osteopenia, osteoporosis, and it actually accelerates the process of osteoporosis. Fractures, right. Especially as it relates to women. Because we obviously, by the sheer fact that we are women, tend to have smaller bones than men do.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
And start losing our bone mass
A lot
sooner
faster.
and faster.
Sooner and faster. And yes, sooner and faster.
Yeah.
And the only way, and the reason why this part isn't talked about is because this does not come up in blood work. Bone density / thinness does not come up in blood work. So you can have labs done and be like, oh, my labs are fine. The only way you're going to know that is through like a DEXA scan.
Yeah.
And doctors do not prescribe DEXA scans. So gut metabolism, Agni, bone and bone marrow, Ashti and Maja. Third pillar, immunity and energy, or our ojas. Okay. So GLP-1s are an immunity and energy killer. Okay. So let's think about this. 70% of our immunity cells exist inside of our gut. 70% inside of your gut. If you are killing your metabolism, slowing down caloric burn, killing your appetite so you do not eat, you are also killing those immune cells. You are going to get sicker more often and faster. And this is the thing, folks. It's not an if, it's a when.
Yeah.
And I know several people who are on GLP-1s and they are sick and have zero energy
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Your body considers rapid weight loss as a threat when it happens that fast.
And it's insane because even 7 years ago, we were huge on the gut microbiome and make sure that your gut is healthy and you've got the prebiotics and the probiotics and we got all those things come out. And then here we are killing our gut microbiome.
What in the absolute? Like,
It's a lack of awareness. It's like
how did that happen? So
societal messaging.
right. So to extend this thought, rapid weight loss is considered a threat to your body. And so what do you think happens to your body when it realizes, oh shit, like this is an emergency situation? The first thing that it is going to hold on to is fat. Because it's like, oh my God, I will not have any energy source. I am dying, literally dying. And so this is why when people are taking the drug or coming off the drug, they're extremely fatigued. Their bones are thinner. They're wide open for infection, disease, viruses, like all of that. And their immunity and energy stores are just in the toilet.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, let's talk mentally, emotionally. So from an Ayurvedic and a yogic standpoint, from a Vedic science standpoint, mentally and emotionally, how GLP-1s affect what is known as the manas, or the mind. And from a koshic standpoint, the manamaya kosha, our mental, emotional space. The GLP-1, once the weight comes off and then once they stop taking the drug, the weight comes on immediately afterwards. So, and it's pure fat. It's not lean muscle mass at all. How do you think that makes a person feel?
Depends on their constitution. Angry, anxious, or depressed.
There you go.
Or all three.
All three.
Yeah.
And depending on, the level of damage that has been done, what we're also figuring out is that the GLP-1 receptor agonists, things like Ozempic and Wegovy, they are actually causing a reduction in the feeling of joy.
Yeah.
And so this whole idea of anhedonia, which is a real medical term, is actually the impact on the brain's dopamine-driven mechanism. And so while we reduce our food cravings, these drugs...
But I got rid of my food noise. And desire for anything all together.
So it's not just I've reduced my food noise. There are other dopamine-driven things that happen in our whole being as a result. So we lose our desire for everything and anything. Mm-hmm. And there's actually current research that's coming out right now about people's desire for intimacy.
Yeah.
In any kind of capacity.
Yeah. Divorces are happening. Relationships are ending because.
Yep. The whole like idea of not wanting to be outside or socialize, this agoraphobia is increasing, et cetera, because there's, people are losing the desire to do the activities or the hobbies they used to do. And like, let's look at this full cycle. Like, kill your metabolism, kill your hunger signals, kill your immunity, decrease your bone density, kill your joy, all in the name of being skinny. But we're going to give you the added bonus of you're just going to gain all that back in fat and we'll continue to screw you mentally and emotionally.
And to take that full circle, why do you want to be skinny?
Right.
Isn't it to attract other
mates? Confidence.
Okay.
Right. Like there's so many other ways to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this emotional,
which is a whole problem in itself.
Right.
Like,
it's its own
to be skinny just to attract someone else is a different story. But I feel like that's where a lot of people start. Like I just want to feel attractive. Well,
right.
Careful what you wish for.
Right. Or do you want to feel attractive to somebody else, or do you want to feel healthy, attractive, and confident for you? Mm-hmm. And that's where I think our Ayurvedic GLP One program really hits a home run.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at all of these layers, and medically, these 4 principles are in play. Mm-hmm. So if you are looking for something different, this is the program for you.
Yeah, because we're going to do the opposite. We are going to help you speed up your metabolism, build muscle, which helps protect your bone, increase your, emotional, mental capacity through meditation, pranayama.
Joy.
Yeah, having joy, feeling stronger, feeling more capable in your body.
We don't just build muscle, we build confidence. Mm-hmm. And you're going to be happier and healthier. I mean, the other implications that I'm not even going to, I'll just bullet point that is coming out now is reproductive problems.
Yeah.
Cancers. Mm-hmm. These companies don't give a shit about you.
They don't.
They're only beholden to their shareholders and the profits that they make.
So the more they sell, the more money their shareholders get. Plain and simple.
Yep. I'm going to mic drop it for now because we hot today.
Yeah.
So anyway, and we love you. You need to know that.
Yeah.
We actually have your best interests in mind.
And have no illusion, it's going to take longer. That's the base thing.
Why not rebuild yourself? Why not recomp yourself? Mm-hmm. Like, why not do that? And have partners and coaches that are there to actually authentically help you.
Yeah.
Establish a better relationship with food. Establish a better relationship with exercise. Establish a better relationship with lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's time for the truth bomb.
All right.
Okay. Let's go.
All right. Truth bomb today. Very relevant. All right. There's a difference between looking thin and being healthy. A body that's underfueled, undermuscled, and overcontrolled isn't thriving. The goal isn't to be smaller, but to be capable.
Boom.
Boom. And that's what you should be moving towards.
That's a wrap, friends. That's what we got. Brahmacharya, master your senses in the way of mind control, physical discipline, emotional control, self-awareness, and detachment. And if you are indeed in the GLP-1 space, considering coming off, find us. This is for you. Any final thoughts, sister?
No.
So we got today, friends.
That's a lot.
Loving you. And thank you so much, everybody who has supported us on our YouTube subscribers.
Yes.
We are at 304 now. Our next goal is 500.
500.
Help us get there. We love to be able to get into the algorithm to share this information that is so needed from this 5,000 years of history. And we could not make it possible without you. So please share the podcast with your friends, family, anybody that you think would be interested in listening. We love you and thank you so much. If you have any questions for us, please do drop us a note at info@thewomanwarrioracademy.com. And as always, Jai Bhagwan, may your soul be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.